Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Ball Games in Bellingham, Mass. It's actually our Team Trio Open, Modern, Pioneer, and Legacy, our most popular format that we have ever had. This was a 63-person event here at the shop. Absolutely max capacity. Can't wait to get back to that. We're in the middle of the COVID-19 shutdown. And Exploration, a solid start here for lands, following up with Wasteland. Even though Goblins, often mono-red, typically has a lot of targets for Wasteland. Cavern of Souls, Rashad and Port, and of course tapped Wastelands. All possibilities. Goblin Lackey, exactly the type of thing that Goblins is looking to do here. Typically, land's going to be using Punishing Fire to keep the board clear of these smaller creatures. A Mox Diamond pitches a Dark Depths, and we see here a Abrupt Decay taking out the Lackey, and just another one following right up with that Cavern of Souls. Field of the Dead, only 3 lands in the battlefield now. A Life from Loam would be nice. Go really well along with this Exploration. As it is now, there's no way Mike wants to use this Wasteland to set back Elliot, as he's got a ton of mana acceleration in the form of Goblin Lackey. And now 3 damage coming in. And putting in a... Oh, it must be Trash Master. Okay, yeah, because he's sacrificing Goblin Lackey to blow up Mox Diamond. So a little bit of mana denial here from Elliot. Something Goblin's very familiar with, as I mentioned, Rashad and Port and Wasteland. Those are typically what's used to go after the mana base, but in this instance, Goblin Trash Master also is going to be able to go after any of these Mox Diamonds. Usually they are rock solid in terms of their stability. Pardon the expression. The pun, I mean. A Sling Gang Lieutenant now, costing 1 less thanks to this War Chief. And this is a disaster here for Mike. Field of the Dead very far away from making any type of Goblin army deterrent. Got a Maze of Ith untapping the Trash Master, but the rest of the pumped up Goblins getting their kicks in. And now is Mike just going to be scooping here? He's got crop rotation. So that could potentially find Glacial Chasm and buy him quite a few turns. He only needs... Actually, even that, it's really rough because the Sling Gang Lieutenant is going to allow for life gain and loss. So going up over 20 is a real problem. You can't just one-shot them with your Merit Lage. And he's actually going to grab Tabernacle. So Elliot probably going to be sacrificing 3 Goblins here. I'd imagine we'll see Trash Master and Sling Gang Lieutenant left. That'll put Mike down to 4. And then it'll just be 2 swings with the Sling Gang Lieutenant. And then he can sacrifice his remaining Goblins. Of course, if he draws any other... Oh, no. Oh, no. Sling Gang's going away. War Chief is sticking around. Very interesting. Maybe Elliot has Pile Driver in hand with another mana source. Well, he does have a mana source. Swings, untaps. Mike takes 2. Down to just 2. He is playing off the top. A Elvish Reclaimer. And he is actually going to hold off everything now. Not sure he... Oh, down to 1 because of the... Oh, that's way worse than I thought. Oh, he just totally missed lethal then, because he would have taken 2 from the Lieutenant and then sacked 2. Oh, but he's got the Tarfire. All right. Well, there we go. Sometimes it can be tough to work it out in real time, or in double speed, I should say, because that's what we do here. But yeah, it looks like a Sling Gang Lieutenant hitting for 2 and then sacking the other 2 Goblins, the 2 Goblins would have been lethal, but instead Tarfire able to get the job done. Very interesting game. So let me know if I misinterpreted that. It looks to me like if Elliot just kept around the Sling Gang Lieutenant, he just wins on his turn, instead giving Mike additional draws, which, I mean, anything can happen in a game of Magic the Gathering. Giving your opponent extra draw steps, a dangerous proposition when it's not necessary. Lands, a very powerful deck. And this bug variant, this is from February 16th, so about a month prior to the end of competitive play here at the shop, or at least the temporary suspension of organized play here. Looking forward to getting things up and running again. Hasbro has done some offerings with FNMs. People can message for codes when they play their FNMs on Magic Arena and stuff. We're not super into that. I actually don't have a computer set up to use Magic Arena. I do all of these videos on Macs. So I do have some PCs, but they are used in conjunction with some pretty serious equipment. For example, the laser that I use to make these leather playmats. So not going to be putting any unnecessary software on those. Speaking of those playmats, those will be available very, very shortly on the website. They've always been available for commission. I've made some really beautiful pieces over the last year as I've been working out all of the processes to be able to deliver these to people exactly as they want. And here we've got Mike with a bunch of lands and some Elvish Reclaimers. That's probably fine. I'll pull the combo together pretty quickly and potentially just line up against a Goblin Lackey to good effect. Of course, the 1/1 does not want to see 1/2s. That was one of the biggest things with Deathrite Shaman being in the format. And, Tarfire was actually a card to play back then. Not sure the last time Elliot actually dusted this list off. Could have been a holdover from back then, or he may have been working on it since. We'll see what other technology he has in there. And now Sylvan Library, a card that's not usually very exciting versus Goblins. And you can tell it's not exciting. He didn't even use the Sylvan trigger. A pair of Elvish Reclaimers. And looks like Elliot's hand has like serious mana problems here. It's a Karakas only, and he misses his second land drop, so that is a rough one. Elliot is up game number 1. We are potentially looking at a really quick game 2. Even these Elvish Reclaimers could... Oh, and Oko as well. Yikes. I mean, I'm not even sure what the best line is here. You can do either. You can take out this Aether Vial, or you can just start pumping up your army of Elks. I mean, a stream of 3/3 Elks is likely to be good enough against a mana-hobbled opponent, even if they have an Aether Vial. But Mike can actually spot Elliot and Elk, and we'll see how this goes. He is using Sylvan this time. He has a little bit more to contend with, and he could actually pay some life if he wanted from this situation. He makes a land drop, and Mike going to use one of our remarkable tokens. That is a whiteboard token that can be whatever you need, dry erasable, and we can see here that it is currently some food, and Elliot's just seen enough. He is going on to the next game, way behind. Going to hope to find a path to victory in game 3. So 2 Elvish Reclaimers and an Oko representing Likely 9 damage per turn over the course of a couple of turns. I mean, that is just going to be very difficult to win out from. All right, chopping out that shuffling here. We should be good to go. Mike going just to 6 here. Elliot going to lead out with a better hand than last time. Turn 1 Aether Vial. Dark Depths in hand for Mike. Drawn off the top. Looks like he's got the Thespian stage without acceleration. That's like a turn 5 kill. Wasteland actually being used on the tropical island. Trying to set Mike back a little bit. Perhaps cards like Oko giving him a little bit more respect, let's say. Realistically, you want Wastelands to be used on the combo, trying to keep them off of actually making a 20/20. But here, because of Oko and the other threats, Elliot going after the mana base and Blast Zone could be a real card here if Mike can prolong the game long enough. Right now, things are getting bad. Facing down, 5 damage at least this turn. Goblin Lackey, along with now Cratermaker, this Ringleader. And Mutavault being activated, and that gets Tar Fired. Unable to block, and Goblin Matron coming in. Finding a Goblin Settler. And how did the Settler? Oh, did he vial in the Matron and then... Okay, so he vialed in the Matron and then Goblin Lackey's trigger was able to put in the Goblin Settler. So really just going after Mike's mana base here. Getting an extra body as well. Mike with no lands in play. When you're playing lands, that is not a good sign. And he is actually just going to be scooping it up here to what would be a 2-turn clock. Mike with no mana acceleration, meaning there's no real way out. Maybe if he had an exploration, he would have been able to race that draw. But then again, Elliot did have access to land destruction in the form of both Wasteland and Goblin Settlers. So things lining up quite well there in Game 3 for Goblins. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.